Hi, my name is Akiva Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman and Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan. And today we're going to continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public, so please subscribe to our channel. I want to talk a little bit about adjournments. You know, sometimes clients will hire an attorney right before a proceeding is to occur. Now, the problem with this is it wreaks havoc with court schedules, it wreaks havoc with attorney schedules, plus, depending on how little notice you gave that lawyer, they may not have time to amply prepare for your proceeding. So, when that happens, the matter has to be pushed back a little bit. There has to be an adjournment. It could happen in a lot of ways. Now, here at our firm, we see this because sometimes somebody will call us, let's say, January 1st, and they want to talk to us about a thing, and we give them a quote. And we even send them the quote. But they don't actually go about the business of retaining the firm till, February 4th. February 4th is 2 days before their court proceeding. Now, what are they thinking when they do that? I guess they're thinking that we don't need any time to prepare. Well, good lawyers always prepare. So if they hire us 2 days before when they had 4 weeks notice and then we could have been prepared, now we're not, it's going to necessitate an adjournment. Now in our firm, we won't even contact the court with the documents of appearance. We will not tell the court that we are making the representation until such time as we know the matter is going to be adjourned. Therefore, you may be told, hey, we'll be happy to represent you, but you just haven't given us enough notice. You got to understand, good lawyers are busy. They're in demand. Their schedules are booked like crazy. Like any physician or any person who's at the top of their field, they're going to be busy. So therefore, we may tell you, thank you for hiring us or attempting to hire us, but you got a proceeding that's up on Monday and today's Friday. We're not going to be able to go forward. So you're going to have to get it adjourned. The question is, how do you do it? How do you get a case adjourned? Well, I'm going to tell you how to do it because you may be instructed. Go get an adjournment. Well, there's a couple ways. Number one, you can go to court and you can show up and you can say, Judge, these matters are complex. I want to make it easy for the court and easy for everybody. I want to hire a lawyer. I spoke to people, but in order to do it, I need an adjournment. I need 30 days or 2 weeks or whatever the court will give you. You should always ask for at least 30 days. The court likes this because while the court wants to move its docket along, the last thing the court wants to do is deal with someone who's representing themselves. Why? They don't know the local rules, they don't know court rules, they don't know the rules of evidence, they don't know procedure, they don't know anything, and it's a disaster. So the court is generally fine with the person hiring a lawyer. Now, if you've told the court 6 times before that you were going to do this and you never did it, don't expect the court to adjourn it. But if you come the first time and you say, Judge, I feel this is beyond me, I need a lawyer, the court will probably do it. So one way to do it is actually show up and ask the court for an adjournment. A second way to do it, by the way, if you do that, call the other side in advance, telling them, I want you to be aware that when I come to court, I'm going to be asking for an adjournment. Because the other side's going to come in and say, well, we're all prepared and we spent all this time. But if you can say, wait a minute, I told them I was asking for an adjournment. I appreciate the fact that they had to prepare, but this is not a surprise. That'll help you. That's number one. Number two, let's say it's not about that showing up because you're 3 days before the hearing. If you've got a couple days beforehand, you need to call the judge's clerk and you need to speak to that judge, whoever the judge is on your case, speak to their clerk. They have an assignment clerk, someone who deals with scheduling, and say, my name is so-and-so, I need time to hire a lawyer. I want to get this case moved back. Can I do that? And if they say no, ask them, can you at least note in the file that I will be requesting an adjournment when we come to court? That way, the judge knows what's going on and they schedule things. They don't allocate time for your hearing. They might well put something else in its place in anticipation of that possible adjournment. So at least call the judge's clerk and ask them to get it. Now, they may tell you, yes, it's your motion, so we can adjourn it, or they may say you got to get permission from the other side, which means you're going to have to call the other attorney and say to them, look, I'd like to move the matter back because I'm hiring Goldman and Associates, I'm hiring a lawyer, I'm hiring someone to help me. I think it would be better for everybody. The other lawyer will probably agree. Now, will they agree on adjournment? Maybe yes, maybe no, but at least they're going to say to you something like, well, I cannot adjourn this without first speaking to my client. But what's going to happen is they're going to call the other side and they're going to say, look, you don't have to agree to an adjournment. But if they come to court and they ask for one because they want to get a lawyer, court will probably give them one anyway. So you want to pay me to come to court for only to have the case adjourned, or you just want to agree to adjournment right now and save yourself the money? Most clients who are governed by judgment and logic rather than anger and spite will probably say, yeah, give them the adjournment. Some may not, and if that's the case, you may have to show up. But those are the ways to get an adjournment. You either show up in person and ask for it, or you call the court in advance and ask for it. And if you do it that way, then at least you'll know. Yes, you can get adjournment. No, you can't. If you can get an adjournment, that'll give you time to hire a lawyer. And if you can't, and the court's going to proceed without in any way, at that stage of the game, the court risks being turned over on appeal, so they may not want to do that. Even if they start the proceeding and they say, you know what, you really do need a lawyer, we're going to adjourn now so that you can proceed. Even at that stage, you could still hire a lawyer. But it's very important to know the dynamics of getting that adjournment. If you have questions about that, reach out. We'll be glad to help you out.